Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, Agri, Millstone, who do rule well and teach well. Shalom to the hopeful, elect, and I can push in his word throughout the four corners of the earth with all truth and sincerity. This is going to be a lesson going into reincarnation and going into a couple of precepts to prove that it is biblical. Okay, so let's start with Numbers chapter 14. Okay, and this gives you a little insight on how judgment is played out. Okay, this is the book of Numbers chapter 14 and verse 18. The Lord Yahweh is long suffering, right, patient, and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. So when you read that, you got to get understanding. Okay, let's get this. Ezekiel chapter 20. It's like it. Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 20. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. So, what does that mean? When you come back, pursuing to Numbers 14, in the third and fourth generation, that is when you pay all your judgment here on earth. Okay? Because heaven and hell is a fable. Because when you go into heaven and hell, that is going into conditions. Let's get the book of Job, chapter 3 and verse 11. This is the book of Job, chapter 3, verse 11. Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? All right, and this is when Job was going through it. After the Lord put all, that tribulation upon him. Why did the knees prevent me, or why the breast that I should suck? Right, technically saying he didn't want to be born. For now should I have lain still and been quiet. I should have slept. Then had I been at rest. Okay, so now he's talking about I should have been dead. With kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves, or the princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver, or as in hidden untimely birth, I had not been as infants which never saw light, right? Now, there the wicked cease from troubling, and the weary be at rest. So before a child is born, where are they? In the spirit world. Verse 17, there the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. So what does that mean? That when you're in the spirit world, even the wicked are resting from their wickedness. They're not in a place underground, burning, getting pinched with pitchforks by a little demon. There the prisoners rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressor. Okay, so when you die, right, you rest. You don't go into a place called hell. So, what does it mean the Most High is going to bring the iniquity unto the fathers, unto that third generation? You're going to come back here on earth and play out your judgment in real life. Okay. Let's get Jeremiah 32 and verse 18. Oh, Salakia. Let me get this. It should be somewhere in Jeremiah. Let me get this. Oh, yep, come. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 32 and verse 18. Thou shewest loving kindness unto thousands, and recompenses the iniquity of the fathers into the bosom of their children after them. The great and mighty power, the Lord of hosts, is his name. The father who does that wickedness is going to come back in the third and fourth generation. Okay? That's what that means. And what? It says, recompenses the iniquity of the fathers into the bosom of their children after them. You're going to come back and play out your judgment through, right, that same seed. Y'all come back. And, we had that understanding back then. This is why when you read the book of Mark, chapter 8, it's the book of Mark, chapter 8 and verse 20. You can start at verse 26. Start 27. And Yahushua went out and his disciples into the towns of Caesarea Philippi. And by the way, he asked his disciples, saying unto them, who do men say that I am? Who do you guys think that I am? Or who do people be saying that I am? And they answered, John the Baptist. Okay. And some say Elias, right? Elijah. And others, one of the prophets, because they understood that the spirit of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. But they were naming men that have already passed. You see? And when you go into it, you can even go into this a lot deeper. But, the milk is where, you can get a lot of the, understanding. Okay. Let's get the book of 1 Thessalonians. Because these are precepts that these Christians had to explain. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 13. Those who died in the Mashiach write the truth. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 13. But I will not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep. There it goes again. When you die, you're resting. You're asleep. That ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will the Most High bring with him. Whoa, what do you mean bring with them? Verse 15, for this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in the Mashiach shall rise first. What does this mean, Christians? Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. You got to understand what this means. Okay. Let's get the book of Revelations, chapter 1. And verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds. When you go into that, caught up in the air with them in the air, that's going into them chariots, what you people know as UFOs, UAPs, so on and so forth, okay? The disc. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. And they also which pierced them, what? Wait. Those that pierced him, who was that? That was the Romans. They all passed away, right? They all got old and died, and it's because they are all back here again today. Okay, that's how they're going to see him. And all kindreds of the earth shall well because of him, even so, Amen. Hey, Job. Let's see. Yep. Oh, Daniel, Salakia. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse 13. But go thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest. Okay. We already kind of understand that when you pass away, okay, you're resting. Okay, for thou shalt rest. You're going to die. You're going to get old. And stand in thy lot at the end of days. And we are at the end of days. So Daniel could be out here prophesying right now, doing the work of the Lord. Let's get Job. Should not taste. That precept went out of my mind, but yep. You see, but go thy way to the end be, for thou shalt rest, and stand in thy lot at the end of days. Daniel's back here again. The Romans that pierced Yahushua are back here again. Those that were, that let the blood be upon me and my children. What does that mean? They're back here again today. Just, they're, ready for judgment. Let's get the book of Revelation, chapter 14. This book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 13. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yes, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. What does that mean? 1 Thessalonians 4:14. Those that die in Yahushua will come right back in a chariot, or in a cloud, with Yahushua. Revelations 1:6. All they which pierced him shall see him. He's going to come back with what? A cloud. Okay. Let's get Ecclesiastes, and we'll close out at Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that has been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which should be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, See, this is new? It has been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. So when you pass away and you come back, there is no remembrance of former things. That's why when there's actually testimonies of children and people in general saying that they remember parts of their past lives. I remember getting shot here, getting shot there. And then when the kids grow up, they forget they even told their parents that. There was a news article that went out about a child that supposedly remembered he got, killed by this, by a certain situation at a certain location. And what happened was when he said that, the parents were like, what are you talking about? How would you even know that? And so they went and did some research on what he was talking about. And their story lined up perfectly with what an incident that occurred at that certain location. It was death by a knife or something of that sort. And he was talking about it. But then later on, as he got older, they said he don't even remember telling him that he was talking about that or that he said any of that. Why? Because there's no remembrance of former things. Might be a little bit, but in all, you're not gonna remember that, right? It's because children are a lot more subject unto their mind's a lot more healthy. Then you get older and you gotta go, you start eating, all types of abominable things, so on and so forth, and your mind gets as Jake likes to say, cooked. But nonetheless, though, man, those are a couple precepts you can go into, to strike some thought. And, I'll probably make a part 2 going in deeper on, Yahweh Shai and seeing how, who he is in the reincarnation. So, with that, I want to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakudah.